The exhibition here at the Deutsche Guggenheim is the first museum exhibition that focuses on his latest work. The Deutsche Guggenheim and the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum in New York have been eager for a very long time to work on a project with Jeff Wall, and so it's a great pleasure to see it finally come to fruition. I have to thank Friedhelm Hutte for his leadership over these years, for all of the commission projects, and especially for this one. It's been essential for the realization of this project. The centerpiece of the exhibition is 4 large-scale black and white photographs: Men Waiting, Tenants, War Game, and Cold Storage, Vancouver. These 4 photographs are augmented by the loans of 5 earlier works, both color transparencies in light boxes as well as black and white photographs that give you a context for the new work, both thematically and formally.
I think the exhibition here in the gallery is one of the most well-realized I've ever done. I came in again just half an hour ago to have a look at it and feel like this show really does show you how I like my pictures to look, or also that I think they look here the way I imagine them sometimes when I'm just thinking about them. So I'm very pleased about that. I think it's possible to make a very good exhibition, or at least an exhibition filled with very good works, if you're lucky enough to have them, that nevertheless doesn't necessarily look that good. Well, I should say I've had many of that kind of exhibition, but this is not one. This one really has not only what I hope are good pictures, but hung and displayed precisely as I like them to look. So thanks to everybody who's involved in making that happen. I'll just say briefly that when the Guggenheim asked me to try and make something especially for their collection and to exhibit it here, I was excited, but I had to say that it's hard for me to promise to do anything and to complete anything when only at the moment of beginning, because I find making a picture is always a kind of an adventure. It always contains unknown obstacles and surprises, and I'm never positive that I can finish anything I begin to make. Moreover, I can never promise that the picture I set out to make at the beginning will be the one that I end up with at the end of the process. That's why, in a certain sense, I can't accept a commission. But the Guggenheim were happy to accept the idea of kind of taking the risk with me that I would be not only successful in making a picture, but making some pictures, and moreover some pictures that would have some kind of relationship between them. The pictures weren't specifically planned to be an ensemble. I tried simply to make some pictures that could hang together in a single space and have some kind of resonance between them, not necessarily on the level of subject matter or anything like that, but just something. And I hope that you can feel that. I can't explain what that is, but I feel it's there, and I hope you can too. I have divided my work in 2 categories. I did it a couple of years ago because in Basel, for the exhibition I made there, we published a catalogue raisonné of all my pictures from 1978, and catalogue raisonné is a sort of a scientific kind of publication, and it's supposed to have information in it. And when I was helping to construct that book, I realized that it was necessary to distinguish two kinds of photography that I practice. One I call documentary photography, and that is exactly what you think that means. It's photographs that are done just the way all photographs that are called documentary are made, without any kind of preparation or performance or collaboration or anything like that. And on the other side, what I call cinematographic photographs, which are ones that in fact do involve performers or other forms of preparation to make the picture. So frequently a documentary photograph would take 15 minutes to do, or even 15 seconds. So in the exhibition here you see 3 examples of those. One is Concrete Ball. It's one of the color photographs. The picture was made in 15 minutes. Other photographs, particularly the ones that involve forms of preparation, can take a little longer. That is anywhere from a few days to a few weeks to a few months, depending on the particular problems that one might encounter. And those problems are usually so unpredictable that I can never tell how long it's going to take me to finish something. So each of the new pictures, except for the one made in the cold storage, is the cinematographic type photograph, and it took me the amount of time it took to take care of all the problems that would come up in that process, and also all the accidents, mistakes, surprises, obstacles, transformations, changes that, would come up in that process. I can't really remember the exact time, but that's the general way it goes. I'd say anywhere from 3 seconds to 2 years. Well, I was a painter in the sense that I loved painting and thought I was good at it up to about the age of 20. But I was very involved in it for a long time, that is practically. And I learned a lot from that, both in terms of working in my own little studio, and also from just enjoying and studying paintings from all times, from the very beginning up until those moments. And I think I learned something about photography from painting. I learned many things about photography from painting. I don't think that there is any given relationship between painting and photography, except to say that, at least in the tradition, Western tradition, both of them are, insofar as photography is an art, both arts are aimed at making images. We call them depictive arts in English. So, in that sense, they're kin, they're related. They're like two members of the same family. And like any akin people or things, they have a dialogue between them. But they're different. And so when I realized at some point that I was more interested in photography than in painting, at least practice, in terms of my own practice, I became a photographer. I don't think there is any relationship to painting in my work, except insofar as I, as a person, learned things from painting, learned to enjoy things about painting, loved things about painting that seemed to me applicable in some way to the practice of photography.
Das kannst du mal. Ja, sorry,